Hi, my name is Mary. Thank you for joining me. Welcome to day one of our yoga practice. I just want to congratulate you on starting something new. It's going to be exciting, it's going to be great. So, for today's practice, you may need a chair. You could have it available. We're going to be starting today's practice standing. So, I'll be walking you through a foundational pose in yoga called mountain pose, or in Sanskrit called tadasana. So begin with your feet about hip width distance apart. Really feel your feet settling into the ground. You could maybe rock back and forth a little bit on your heels and the ball of your foot, just getting your balance. Feeling all four corners of your feet pressing into the ground. Now begin by noticing where your knees are. If they're really locked, see if you can give a little bend to your knees. So when you do that, the muscles of your legs support your legs instead of putting so much weight on the joints of your knees. So that really gives your knees a nice break. Now moving up your body, have a tall spine. So really imagine like somebody could be stretching a string up the top of your head, but still feel your feet grounded into the earth. Still keeping your knees slightly bent. Now shrug your shoulders up to your ears and then draw your shoulder blades down and back so you'll feel an opening across the front of your body. So just stand a moment here and feel how your bones and muscles support your body. So your muscles don't really have to do too much work. This is a really natural position. It might feel unnatural because we spend a lot of times kind of scrunched over and our bodies are kind of used to that scrunched over shape. But by standing in this mountain pose, what you're doing is opening up your breathing space, letting your muscles have a little relax from an unnatural position. So we're going to practice something called a 3-part breath. So place your hands on your belly. So as you start to breathe in, let your belly come out and then let the air come up to your ribs all the way to your chest, and then exhale down the same way. So chest, ribs, and belly. So let's practice that a couple times. So breathing in through your belly, up through your ribs, and through your chest, and then exhaling all the way down. So continue to breathe on your own, at your own pace, but as you're breathing, notice how you're really lengthening your spine when you're breathing. So you're creating space in your spine and actually lubricating those little discs between your spine. So having a strong breath really facilitates a healthy spine. So let's just take a couple of more breaths in your own time. And then if you have a chair handy, you could bring that so that will rest right next to you. We're going to practice a balance pose. So balancing on one foot is a really powerful way to help you balance better on both feet. So the chair is handy if you need it. If you don't, that's fine too. So come back to that nice tall mountain pose, slight bend of your knees, open chest. Now, bring most of your weight to your left foot. And like I said, you could use the chair for balance and just tent your right foot by the side. And we're just going to bring the bottom of your right foot to the ankle bone of your left foot. And you can stay here. You could bring your right foot up to your calf or maybe all the way up to your thigh. So find a position that feels good for you. And then still, if you need the chair for balance, it's always there. You could always kind of go on and off the chair. So balancing on your own and then knowing it's right there to support you. Still standing up tall, chest open, and still breathing. I'll cue you for breathing in our yoga practice. We all know how to breathe, but having conscious breath brings us back to our body. So then we can bring the right foot down, and then we'll just move right to the other side. So once again, getting your tall standing position, feet about hip width distance apart, opening your chest. And then we'll just do the same on the opposite side. So placing your the bottom of your left foot on your right ankle in a position that feels good, avoiding your knee though. So either calf or thigh or ankle. And we'll just stand here for a moment. So maybe feeling some wobbling in the ankle that you're standing on, and know that you're really doing good work, helping strengthen those tiny muscles that support your ankle. And once again, drawing attention to your breath and using the chair or not. You could bring your hands to your heart, maybe up to the sky, and then always knowing that your chair is there to support you. And then you can bring that foot down. So now you can come to a seated position. You could use the chair, or you could sit on the ground. Find a position that's comfortable, but have your feet, I have to scooch forward a little bit. So have your feet resting on the ground. Once again, feeling that openness in your chest. And we're just going to practice 3-part breathing, but this time gently allow your eyes to close if that's comfortable for you. Otherwise, just find a spot in front of you. And we're just going to take a moment just to breathe. So begin by bringing the breath in through your belly first, then your chest, all the way up to your chest and down. I think I said that a little incorrectly. Let's try it again. So bring your air in through your belly, up through your ribs, all the way through your chest, and exhale. And then just continue to breathe. And you might notice that thoughts come in, and just let those thoughts be. And just always come back to your breath, your inhales and your exhales. Just breathing in and out, noticing if you're holding tension in any part of your body. See if you can just let that go. Take one more breath, and then bring your hands to your heart. At the close of every class, a yoga class, typically the teacher will say namaste, and then the students will respond with namaste. And a very direct literal transition is I bow to you. But I like to think of it as a way of saying I see you, your authentic self. We all have different shells and casings, and we all appear different, but underneath what's inside, we're all the same. And once we recognize that we're all the same, that's how we can have compassion and love for one another. So I bow to you. Thank you so much for practicing today. Namaste. And we'll see you tomorrow for day 2.